Okay, this little video will show how to properly play the RM Eclipse system. And what we do is find my vis-a-vis pin, we determine whether we have a 1 or a 2 with the last number that came. It was 14. I saw it came, so I know it's good. And the 14 is a 1. Okay? So I write down 1 on my sheet. I got my chart upside down. That doesn't work when you have your chart upside down. It makes people think you've been drinking rum and coke. So now that I got my chart right side up, we get number 27. That is also a 1. Now we know that on our next bet we should bet all of the ones that are in the 27. So go find your 27 and we bet the 5, the 6, I'm betting the red numbers, the 14, the 15, 17, 18, 26, 27. In the Murph chart with the red lines are the ones. If you look over there, you'll see that every time it's red, it will be in the ones. So I know if I'm wanting to bet an eclipse of Ronjo and Murph and the 1 numbers, I just look for the red. A 24, that's a loser. Now that is either a 1 or a 2. That's a 2. Now since it's a 2, we do not have to, we don't lose, we're kind of on pause. So we look at the number 24 and we bet the ones that are in the 24, which is 5, 6, 14, 15, that's the same numbers. I should have just left them. 14, 15, 17, 18, 26, 27. Okay. Guess I ought to move this. Okay, so now our number that came was 24, which was a 2. And we bet all of the 1 numbers that are within the 24. The 24 calls for. Because the 1 is still good. You should have 2 1s and a 2 written on your paper. The 1s are good until one of 2 things happens. You either get another 1 for the Ronjo sheet, and when you get that 1, that's a winner, or you get 2 2s in a row, and then you switch and bet the 2s. Okay, let's see what happens here. If she'd ever come on, what'd she do? Leave the country? Oh, there she is. Come on, girl. What are you doing? You got nobody at the table. Okay. You realize I bet splits, but it doesn't make any difference. I'd have bet 50 cents on each number. It's just quicker to do it that way. What did we get? 26. Lucky there. Lucky there. Can you believe that? We got a winner. Okay, now I'm going to clear all my spots. Now, the 26 was obviously a 1, or it wouldn't have been a winner. So now we have written on our sheet 1, 1, 2, 1. We do not have a double. We've got 1, 1, 2, 1. We have to have another 1, or we have to have 2 2s or something. We can't just sit here. I mean, we can't just bet until the right time. So we just sit here and tell funny stories until we get another one. Okay. The only time this thing gets slow, and it can get slow, it's when you get into the flops, where you get a 1, then a 2, then a 1, then a 2, then a 1, and then you just have to sit there and wait it out. That's a 15. And the 15 is a 1. Okay, now we got 2 1s in a row. So we know we're going to bet all of the 1s. I go over here to my Murph chart and I find the 15. Well, it's the exact same numbers. I got to bet the 5, 6, the 14, 15, 17, 18, 26, 27. Same numbers. Okay? So now you should have written on your sheet 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. Now some person, I think it was either Soggett or somebody, wrote a little sheet for this where you don't have to look at both of these sheets, but I can't find it. I hunted everywhere for it and I can't find it. So this really works well for me, and it's something you could take to the casino. And what did we get there? 35? Okay, the 35 is a loser, and it is a 2. So our numbers are still good. Now we look for the number 35. 35 is a dead number. If you look at the bottom of your Murph chart, it says, do not bet 0, 8, 17, 26, or 35. And a while ago we got a 26, which was a winner, and we wouldn't have bet after that if we could have, but we couldn't anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But one thing I have noticed, I've always said certain numbers cause other numbers to appear. We had the 26, which is one of his dead numbers, Murph's, and then within 2 spins we have the 35. I would not be a bit surprised to see the 0 come next, or the 8 or the 17. These things will cluster. Okay, now we have 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 written on our sheet. And we get, the 35. What do you know? Did I say they cluster or what? Now we've got 2. We go ahead and write that down, even though we can't bet on it. We still write it down on our sheet because we just do. So now written on your sheet, you should have 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Because, see, the next bet that comes might be a good 2. Like, you know, the number 19. It may come next. And then we would have our 2-2 couplet to bet on. And we'd bet all of the 2s which appear at the number 19, and all of the 2s are black. So if it has a red line under it, we wouldn't bet it. We bet the ones that have no line under them. Oh, my wife got out of the cast. She got out of the sling. This is her 5 weeks is coming up, and she has been doing really well. So to all of you people who have sent me condolences and get well wishes, thank you very much. She is getting now to where she can wash her hair with her right arm and feed herself and scratch her ear and do all those things that a right-handed person does. I can't imagine why this girl is fiddling around the way she is. All right, we're going to spin the wheel, finally. And let's see if we get us a 1 or a 2. Now, if we were to get a 1, let's see what we get. What is that? 25. Okay. Number 25 is a 1. Now, since we had the couplet on the 2s, which we couldn't bet, and we didn't get a winner on the 2s are still alive. So we bet all of the 2 numbers in the 25. We go over and find the 25. Okay, that would be 7 and 8. 13, 14, 16, 17. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 13, 15, 16, 17. 25 and 26. 25, 26. So, there's our bet. Of course, I'm doing this, as you know, with play money because my bankroll is not good in my real money account, and I'm trying to scratch my way back. I went down to 60 friggin' euro, and I'm back up to 75, I think, and I'm flat betting, and that takes a long time. What did we get there? Look at that. Number 14, a winner. Wouldn't that just kill you? Number 14 is a 1, so now we have 2 1s in a row. I don't know how that won. Did I screw up? I might have screwed up on that. I was supposed to be betting 2s. I bet 1s. I did screw up. Okay, now we're supposed to be betting all of the 1s that came of the number 14. Number 14, the 1s are 4, 5, 13, 14, 16, 17. Now I'm betting the right numbers. 13, 14, 16, 17, 25, and 26. That last one was a screw up. I was supposed to bet all of the... I was supposed to bet the 2 numbers, not the 1 number. I was supposed to bet all of the 2 numbers. Whoa. Couldn't bet the 2 because the 2 was 35. I wasn't supposed to bet it all that time because the 2 was 35. Okay. Well, every once in a while you ought to screw up and win one. And that's a 22. Okay, the 22 is a 2. So that means my 1s are still good. My 1 couplet is still good. So I look over here and I find the number 22. And I bet all of the 1s in 22. And it's 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. 13, 14. 28, 29. Okay. I'm still betting for a 1 to hit because I have a 1 couplet. And even though a 2 came, I still use the number. I still use the number 22 because I'm still betting for a 1 to hit. You have to really split this into 2 different things in your mind. I'm betting for a 1 to hit because that's what Ronjo would say to bet. I'm betting for something in the 22 bracket to hit for Murph because that's what he says to bet. So I'm only betting the ones that Eclipse. 15, that's nobody's winner. Let's see, 15 is a 1. Okay, I'm still betting 1s because I have not, oh, I am not. That was a winner for the 1s. So now I have to wait for another 1 or 2. That was a winner on the 1s. I need to start making better X's out here. Now, I'm looking, my next hit, if it's a 1, then I will bet whatever 1s Ronjo, you know, the 3 1s that are on the chart for Ronjo, but only those numbers in those 3 1s that are in the Murph chart. I may be complicating this more than I'm explaining it. I'll try to straighten up. Fly right. Okay, what do we get here? Number 20. Number 20 is a 2. So we don't have a couplet. We have our last 3 are 2, 1, and 2. So now we need a 2 to come, and that will make a couplet. One thing about it, you don't get these flops very often, where it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. You know, you just don't. Usually, you're either going to get 2 1s or 2 2s, which may be a system to look at in itself. Of course, that was the system I always did with Ronjo. All right, here we go. Let's see if we get a 2. What is that? Number 1 is naturally a 1, so we still don't have a bet because we got 1, 2, 1, 2 looking back up the chart, or 2, 1, 2, 1 looking down the chart. What are you looking at, girl? Pick your nose. There you go. Now spin the wheel. And we get the number what? 27, 20, 23. 23 is a 2. We got the flops. We got the flops. I guess I'm a little impatient because I've been playing Baccarat. I've been playing that a lot here lately, and it is so much faster than roulette. Number 11, which is a 2. Okay, now we've got a couplet. So now we're going to bet for 2s for Ronjo, and we go over here and we find the number 11, and the 2s are the 11, 12. The 2s are the 20, 21, 23, 24, so I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 29 and 30. Now, understand what I've done. Let's recap. We just had 2 2s in a row. The 23 was a 2 and the 11 was a 2. Ronjo says bet for 2s. Bet until you either get a winner or you get 2 1s in a couplet, and that kills it. Murph says when you get the 11, you would bet all the numbers in the 11 row, but we take out everything except the 2s. So Murph and Ronjo have to agree before we get a winner. And we got the 24. Do I see the 24? Look at that. I mean, why aren't you guys betting this? It just makes money, you know. Jeez. Okay, the 24 was naturally a 2, so now we have 3 2s in a row. And there's the telephone. Hello. It's a very important message. I'll tell you, I'd shoot those people if I could. I'd pull a Ralph on them. Okay, we bet the 8, 9. And we bet the 23, 24. And we bet 32, 33, 35, 36. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, in spite of this person wanting to clear my credit cards for me, they always think I have credit cards that are just running over with debt. Anyway, we had 2 2s in a row. Our number was 24, so we bet all of the 2s in the 24 row. And let's see, we ought to get number 8 on this one. No, we didn't get the 8. What did we get? We got the 16. Now, the 16 is a 1, but our 2s are still alive because we haven't had a double on the 1s. So we go over here with our number 16, and we find it in our Murph chart. And there it is. And we bet the 7, 8. We're betting the black numbers now. The 22, 23, 31, 32, 34, 35. Okay. Okay, what did we just do? We got the 16, which is a 1. But that doesn't make any difference because we still have a live 2 couplet up there that hasn't either won or been killed by a double 1. So we bet all of the numbers that are in the 2s, which are black on the sheet, on Murph's sheet. We find the number 16 on our sheet, and we go across there and we bet all the black numbers. 7, 8, 22, 23, 31, 32, 34, and 35. Now this spin has got to change because it's got, well, it doesn't got to because a 0 could come, but it's, if a 1 or 2 comes, it either makes a winner out of the 2s, or if a 1 comes, it changes it to the 1 couplet. So what do we get? Is that the 7? Is that the 7? God, I tell you, I just can't believe it. Okay, the 7 is a 2, so that stops it. We have a winner. Now we have our last 5 numbers going down the sheet would be 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. And that 2 was a winner on the 2s. The Ronjo 2s, that was a winner, and we do not have a couplet. Our last 2 numbers are 1 and 2. We don't have a couplet. Incidentally, a couplet is a 1 followed by a 1 or a 2 followed by a 2. Should have read my sheets enough to know that. But now the next bet, hopefully we'll get a 2, and I'm going to wrap this up in just a minute because I don't think it can get any better than what it's just got. In fact, if I were playing, I would say, if I were playing for real money, I would probably say, you know, it's not going to get any better than this, and I'd quit. Okay, we have the 32, which, believe it or not, is a 2. Now we have a 2 couplet, and we go over and we find the number 32, and we bet all of the black numbers in the 32, which would be 7 and 8, 2 to 2, 23, 31, same numbers we bet a while ago. You will find that quite often, that you'll be betting the same numbers over and over again. I don't know if it's just the way, I guess it's just luck, the way it happens, whatever. Okay, my video has ran 22 minutes, and by now everybody's bored, so I'm going to wrap it up here in just a minute. Now, when the 0 comes on any of this, the 0, if you're tracking, trying to get a couplet, a 1 or a 2, the 0 doesn't count. I don't even write it down. It didn't happen as far as I'm concerned. Of course, if you're betting, like right now, and the 0 comes, well, you've lost $4 or €4 or £4 or whatever. But I don't do anything about it. I just let it go on. That's the 18. No, that's the 9. Okay, the 9 is a 2. Okay, we still have a couplet now because I'm writing down. So now we go over here and we find the 9, and we bet everything that's in the 9. Now they change this time. We bet the 8, 9, the 23, 24, 32, 34, 35, 36. There you go. If you'll notice, the second column is always included in these bets. You can't bet where the second column isn't going to be there. So on the American wheel, the second column is a better bet than the first column or the third column, because if you look at the American wheel, you'll find that more of your numbers come side by side on the 2 column than do on the 1 or the 3. And people who believe in dealer signature take note of that, you know. Okay. Okay, what did we get there? 36? Is that 36? I tell you, I don't know about you guys. I just don't know. I mean, you know, you hunt and you hunt and you want a winning system, and right here I've given you a winning system. I didn't charge you anything. I didn't bloviate. I didn't obfuscate. I didn't make the rules hard to understand. I don't know why you're not betting it. I don't know. I'm through. I gotta go. I've made a ton of play money, and I'm gonna go play with myself. No, I'm going. No, I don't mean that. Oh God, help me.